Welcome back everyone. So, Heaven and Earth Tarot. This triggered that Rider-Waite-Smith video I did, like with all my Rider-Waites, because of the layout of this. Now, I'm gonna try and be not always negative about this deck, because let's face it, the artwork is stunning, the box is stunning, and there's some bits I find like really interesting, like that's clearly the Two of Cups, and you can see their faces, but when we get into it, I think the lovers, they have no face. Like, the lovers have a blurred face. This is by Scarabeo and Jack Sephiroth. That's just how I'm going to Sephiroth. And Jack Sephiroth is really amazing artist. I think it's the artist. And this comes in the top hat. I call it the top hat because it's like you take it off like a top hat. You're like, how you do? It's not a tuck box, it's like a little top hat. So this is how the deck comes. It's like how Tarot de Nuit comes, and Arcanum Tarot, the Arcanum Tarot. Get your end cards, and we have the book, and the book is like typical Scarabeo, like 25 pages I think are English, and that's about it. And then the rest is all different languages for other folks. Different strokes for different folks. So, we're going to go through this, through the majors like normal. I'm just going to try and not be, as I said, not so negative about it. I'm going to be very biased as I can. Because my first impressions of this deck when I first got it triggered that Rider-Waite thing. This is the good layout for the Rider-Waite, which is true. That's just how I find a good Rider-Waite. But here we go. These are the cards, and we're going to zoom in here. They're glossy, they're not too thick, I will say. Now, they are, they're glossy, right, but they're not, like, slippery. When you hold them one at a time, cardstock is great for Scarabeo. Although, when I'm going through this, you're probably going to see them, like, slide all over the place. There's the backing. It has, like, what's it called? Star of David on the back. Just little stars of David all over. I think it's the Star of David, I could be wrong. So here's the Fool. I love the artwork of this Fool. It's stunning. It's really pretty. Now I'm using a lamp. It's not daylight, so bear with me, and the camera is going to be like fixing the light balance in dark places, and there will be a glare. So I apologize, but this desk is going to be my workspace for my new job on Monday, so that's why I'm moving everything around. So yeah. So this is the Fool. It's very pretty. I actually do like the flowiness of the hair. Like the artwork alone is fine. If I just got rid of that, like the scroll, it's fine. This scroll on all of them is very an eyesore nearly for me, I find it. Because there's a lot going on in the thing. Like, there's a number 1 to 2. There's symbols that I have no idea what they mean. And I know one of them is like elemental. That's Aquarius, or Virgo, I think. I have no idea what that is. But then they print these, but then they wrote the Fool. Like, they wrote it in an inky pen. Like, why? So, like, the first time I saw that, I said, the Fool. And I went, but the T looked like a J. So I was really confused. I know, just saying, like, if you are dyslexic, I'm so sorry that you have those issues and stuff like that. Like, I know I have friends who have dyslexia, but like, if you were reading this, I'm reading this and I don't have dyslexia, and it's so hard to read the handwriting. So I feel so sorry. Like, when I was in college, there was a girl, and she was dyslexic. There's 3 of them actually, and one was like numerology dyslexia, and the other one was English. So when I wrote things, I had to make sure I wrote it really clear for her in like print, because print, she could read the print, and if I wrote a G, I had to make sure it was a G, not a 9 kind of thing. Like, I had to make a capital G and stuff like that because she could read that. But this, like, this handwriting, I don't know why they thought cursive and italic would work here. That's the only critique I have about this deck, is the scroll. And when we get to the minors, I am going to talk about one suit and then go from there and we just flip through them, because they don't have wands at the bottom or swords, they have keywords, and I was like, oh my god. But so here's the Magician, and I like how there's a building in the background. It's like I was reading up on this deck after I received it, because I had no idea this scroll was going to be a thing, because they only show previews of the art like this, like without the scroll. And that's what drew me in, was the fact there was nothing at the bottom. And I was like, oh, it's so nice. You can tell what it is. And they'll just put wands or something in gold. Because up here, they've printed the... Well, I'll show you. They've printed the number. The Roman numeral. Yeah, 0. And then they did 1. And then they write it at the bottom. And see, because this is ingrained in my head from doing so many like college exams, all that lovely stuff. You can never mix two fonts together. Never mix two fonts together when you're doing a report. So don't have Comic Sans as your intro and then Times New Roman as the rest of it. It doesn't work. Your eye is trained to follow the flow of it. Like, here is a nice flow, and then here is like, what the hell happened? That's the only thing. It's the scroll. I'm going to be talking about it too much. But the artwork is phenomenal. Like, that's a gorgeous, that's a very handsome magician. I'm just going to say, he's beautiful. As above, as below, he has his rod here, or his wand. And he does symbolise the magician very well. This High Priestess is stunning. I actually like this. And I love how the moon, she's like sitting on a cloud nearly. Like, this is her robe, but it looks like the cloud. Then the moon is sitting in the cloud. This, like the 3 moons, is beautiful. There's a camel in the background, and I want to know why there's a camel in the background of her. If there's any reason to what the symbolism is for that, do let me know. So now look at this, like, see the High Priestess. Like, so you can see that takes a minute to read because that is a lot. That's 3 words squashed together in handwriting. The Empress. The Empress is beautiful. That's a beautiful Empress. Stunning. I do like how it looks like hay, but sometimes it looks like the fur coat of the Emperor. Like, in some of them he wears the fur coat. So it's like she goes, oh, I'll just borrow that one, I'm a bit chilly. And like, it's like here, it stops, and then, as I said, then it's like another layer with this Emperor, with the scroll. I'm gonna call it a scroll because it looks like one. There's a lot of symbols here, and it just seems cluttered with some of the ones that have loads of them. The Emperor. Like, some of them have loads of symbols, like not all of them have it. I think only the majors have the symbols. But we'll check now. The Emperor, perfect. That's a great Emperor. The rams are on his throne. There's nothing much in the background, just a mountain in the background, really. Hierophant. I actually like this Hierophant, and I don't normally go, as I said, for the ones who are that, like, in your face, one religion kind of thing, you know? This one's quite nice, actually. And yeah, it's just, I like how there's an elephant and a bull. I wonder why. And he has all the elements here because he's wise. And he's not looking down on them to be like overpowering. He's looking at the dove and seeing the peace or the spirit go up, do you know? So he's looking to the universe himself for wisdom. I like that. And like, here we go again with the font. Like, you can tell, like, that doesn't look like a H. Oh, goodness. Yeah, here's the one that really caught my eye, okay? I'll keep this aside if we do the cup, if the cups are the ones coming up next for the minors. But these lovers have no face. I couldn't believe this. The lovers have no face. They do have a face. They're just really blurred. Like, it's like someone got this, like they just smudged it. Yeah, it's like they were smudged. Like, it's just smudged across. Like, someone just went, no, they have to hide their identities. Do you know? And I don't know why this Eve looks more like Lilith. I have no idea why. I'm just getting that vibe. Because I've never seen them embrace like this before. If it was like the traditional Rider-Waite, they're always separated, like Adam and Eve. And Eve is always usually a blonde woman. But this one's a dark-haired woman. I get it, Adam is dark-haired here too, but to go with the contrast of things. But it's just really interesting. This looks like Lilith, because Lilith is very independent and more... She's the first woman. Look up her myth. It's just insane. And I go, I love her. I love Lilith. Very sad punishment though. But yeah, like I just thought it was interesting that their faces are blurred. So it just makes me think, oh, maybe that's Adam and Lilith rather than Adam and Eve. Very interesting. This chariot is really cool. I just like how it's parked though. Like these guys aren't standing, they're sitting. They're like, oh, I don't move yet. They're actually being cats. They're like, no, I'll move when I want to. And it's pretty straightforward. Very nice. This strength is really interesting because there's a serpent. So this, I feel like this is a continuation of that Lover's card. And I just feel like it's the serpent, like, you know, the devil being the snake, coming into the garden. And I definitely feel like the line is saying, don't listen to that snake. Listen, I've seen what it can do. I've seen what happens to Lilith. So it does make me wonder if this is Eve here, in the sense of that little nod. Because where's the snake coming from? Because there's grass here, and I'm wondering where this snake is coming from. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a nice nod to the Lover's card, I find. This Hermit is really cool. I actually enjoy this. This is not too cluttered down here with the symbols actually as well. And I do like that. The only thing, as I said, I don't know why they have print text up here and then handwritten text down here. It's just a bit messy to me. But I do love how he's at the sea here by the looks of it. And it's the mountains. It's the mountains. It's mountains. But it just looked like a raging sea for a second. The more you look at it, it's like, is it raging sea or is it a mountain? And he's on this pilgrimage, you know. Straightforward. Wheel of Fortune. Very straightforward. Yeah, very straightforward. Justice. This Justice is not that bad. It's lovely. I actually love it. Just, you know, like that. So you could trim them and then they'd be like a bridge size rather than a tarot size. Could do that. The Hanged Man. Very cool Hanged Man. I actually like that Hanged Man. Very nice. Oh, I love when the Death card has the horse looming over the people. Because it makes me wonder, who is Death? Because that's a skeleton, right? Riding the horse. And it makes me wonder, is the horse Death? You know, like the horse is Death rather than the person on the back. Makes you wonder. Because it has like those demonic glowing eyes. So this is like a version of it I got in a trade. I think it's the Wish version, not the new pocket one that's coming out. But you can see here, the horse is really ripped. I don't know why. This horse is so ripped. This horse is really ripped. And I like it's like a Ghost Rider. But you can see the kid is here and here, like, you know, giving the horse an offering. But I do like how the horse is just looming over the people a lot. Like, I love that. I actually enjoyed that. But, yeah. Temperance, which is the box art, actually. Well, there's more than one. You can be the Fool, or you can have the Temperance card. I just choose the Temperance because that's everywhere. That's a lovely Temperance card. And I love how her dress is like a splash of water. It's like she landed there, just went, boom, like that. She just went, boom, landed. Not so cluttered here, with the symbols, which is nice. But again, text. Handwritten. Okay. The Devil. I actually like this Devil. And I like how the woman is seducing the man. He's like, whoa, what? You're what? And she's like, oh, no, I'm just over here on my own. Whatever. But I do like how it looks exactly like the Lover's card in the original sense. I always find it that the Devil is just giving in to the temptations of things. And I think it's the After Tarot is really good. Like, just seeing the lovers, they're just like embracing and just going, well, the Devil's like, well, you know, whatever. The Tower. I like this, how she's like swan diving off and the other guy's like really upset that his toga's on fire. Looks it. But that's a really nice tower. It's very straightforward. I like this star. I just, they did something here that kind of annoyed me. The Star is my card and I love it. Alright, I love it so much. And the way the lovers was, their faces were blurred. They've blurred her chest a little. And I go, really? It's just breasts. It's not that bad. Like, oh, and she's clothed a little bit as well. I think I just like the nudity of the Star card because it's like she's just being vulnerable in a way. She's being vulnerable to the universe. There are some that are clothed and I don't mind. It's done nicely. It's like it's tasteful, do you know? But this one's just like, make up your mind. Do you want to show it or not? Do you know what I mean? Because they're blurred here and she's wearing her toga bottom. Yeah, it's just censored. It's just blurred. Like it's like someone got the blur tool on Photoshop. Just went nah. Just like, oh, let's just get rid of that. This moon card. I like how there's a domestic dog and a wolf. That's fine. Why is the crustacean, or the crustacean, do you hear me? The lobster or the crab a scarab here? Why is it a scarab? That's a scarab. Like, that's an Egyptian scarab, or whatever you want to call it. Like, that's a bug. That's nothing to do with water or the way it's just why is that there? Like, that's trickery, lies. See, trickery and lies. Why? The sun card. I don't mind this. I just it's fine. I don't like how the feather on the kid's head is like stuck to his forehead. It should be behind him, like, or pinned in the back of his head. That's literally it. That's the only reason. This judgment card makes me laugh so much. It's so foreign. It's like, from there you're like, oh, it's a normal it's a normal judgment card. But it's when you look at the angel's face. Oh, this shit again. Oh God, I have to do it again. He's rolling his eyes going, oh, I was up all night, I have a hangover, why do I have to do this? And they're like, yay, come on. And I just find that hilarious. His face. He's rolling his eyes. It's like, oh, why am I here again? So funny. Now, here's the world card. It's very nice. Again. Oh, focus. Thank you. So here's the world card. Again. Make up your mind. They've blurred her chest completely. Like, it's like there's nothing there. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing there. Like, it's just this crease in her chest. And I'm like, it's not a crease. That was a laugh, sorry. But I'm like, And the other thing is the world, like the way this, not like work, that font at the bottom. Sorry, there's glare. I'm getting used to this lamp again. But it says world, and the more you stare at it, it looks like something else. Okay, yes! Cups. I forgot it was cups. Thank God. So we're on to cups now. I'm going to do a talk through about maybe halfway through the minors of this one, and then we'll flip through the rest. So, it's nice. It's lovely. I actually love this artwork. The artwork is phenomenal. In this deck, it's the artwork. It's fine. It's beautiful. Stunning. That's what lured me in. The scroll is minimalistic here. Very neat, and compared to the like ripped ones that are on the minors. They're ripped, they're not. Less clutter, which is great. Now, this one says Ace of Cups. All the aces say the word ace. It's the only one that tells you what suit you're in. Because when we get to the next one, it doesn't say Two of Cups. It says love. Now, look at that L. I don't care what font you use, just why that one? Why this font? And it's beautiful. That lovers is so innocent, and it's really young for a Two of Cups, actually. And he said lovers, you see that? For this love card, you know, like, I get it, it's showing the keyword for beginners. Great idea. Just wrong font. This one confused me with the Three of Cups. It says abundance. And I was like, what? Three of Cups is about friendship and celebration. I always said celebration, not abundance. Some of the keywords don't gel for me. Because again, everyone reads differently. You can read intuitively and all that stuff. But for a keyword, I would have said celebration. or friendship. Maybe mostly friendship, because Three of Cups is about that. Celebration would be Four of Wands, I think. Yeah, here's the Four of Cups. Take a minute to read that from that distance before I bring it up to you. To me it says blinded pleasure, but it actually says blended pleasure. Blended. I would have said, like, this is disappointment, expectations, disappointment, I would say, because this is someone who's asked for help and they didn't get it, or they're not asking for help and they're stressed. Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's like aid, maybe. Do you know? Oh god. The Five of Cups. Less in pleasure. I have no idea why this is here. Why is there it's a pentacle upside down. I can't think what it's called, but there's a name for it. It's just a pentacle to me. But it's supposed to be like the one that summons demons and stuff. Why is it there? Why is that there? Like, that's never in any other Rider-Waite's I've seen. And is loss in pleasure. I was like, I wouldn't say loss in pleasure, I'd just say disappointment. That could be disappointment. The Four of Cups could be burden. That could be burden, because you feel like you're a burden to ask for help. This is weird. Six of Cups is pleasure. Why is that pleasure? See, pleasure to me is more lustful and romantic. Six of Cups should be childhood or nostalgia. That should say nostalgia to me. So, do you know what I mean? Like, the key words. I'm just going through the cups now for this, and then once I get to the next series, we'll do a quiet flip through. So this is Seven of Cups, and I would say it's choice. It's choices, it's opportunities, it's news, fresh new chapters, not illusionary success. Because it's not like you pick a cup and then to go, nah, it was a dream. Illusionary success. Illusionary success. I would never put that keyword as a Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. This is abandoned success. It's not really, you're not abandoning the success. It could just be abandonment, or abandoning, just abandon. That's it. Because that could be any situation. And success, I would deal with Pentacles rather than Cups. So this is really, really bizarre. As I said, so backwards. So backwards. Nine of Cups is material happiness, and that's wrong. So wrong. Because cups don't mean material things. Cups are like emotions and stuff. I would have just said wish fulfillment, because you're wishing for things. Wish fulfillment could be like the fact you're wishing for a new relationship. It could be like the strength to get through to yourself, your inner strength. It could be anything. Whereas material happiness is very pentacle based. This is very weird. Oh. 10 of Cups is not perfect success. Perfected. That's perfected. Sorry, there's an ED at the end. Perfected success. And again, their faces are blurred. What's with this blurred face? It's like they're ghosts. What's happening here? And I don't like this. Look at this. Perfected. So I never see... Perfected success should be the 10 of Pentacles, because you worked hard to get to that perfectedness. Do you know what I mean? Whereas this is more a relationship kind of situation. It's more romance and family. So it could be... That could easily be like home. That's just home. Just that. Like, just that alone. Just calling it home. Now, the only other ones that have names are the court cards. So they have Princess of Cups here. And that is fine. I actually don't mind when it says princess, or... Was it princess or prince? When it's a knight, it's prince. But this one... They didn't pick right. Because the way the Illuminati tarot works is it goes king, queen, prince and then princess, right? So the prince is the knight and the princess is the page. That's a good flow of the names. But if you're going with a Rider-Waite Smith style, go with either knight, king, queen, knight, page, or knight, king, king, queen, knight, page. Don't go princess and then go knight. Because in the sense of a hierarchy, a princess would be higher than a knight. Do you know what I mean? Because they're the heir to the throne, if that makes sense. That's my only issue with that. Because I'm like, why would you do that? Like, it should be princess, prince. Because a prince is a male heir, so they'll be more higher up. Do you know what I mean? Whereas a knight is there to protect the princess, not to overthrow her. That's my main issue with that. Like, don't pick one or the other. Don't mix them. Like, if I was doing my own tarot, I would pick the prince and the princess situation, or the knight and page. Because a page is a student of the knight, because they're learning to be a squire, to be a knight. That's why it's a page. Queen of Cups, other than the titles and all those issues of being backwards and all that stuff, the artwork is phenomenal. It's so beautiful, this kind of grey, it's almost black and white, but it's not. Do you know what I mean? And it's like this fog. It's this weird kind of fog world. It's like just loads of fog everywhere. That's a King of Cups coming out of the ocean. I don't like how he's kind of half sitting. He's like, you took a picture of him like while he's getting about to sit. Less stuff going on here, which is fine, but now I want to do Pentacles. I actually don't know what, I might do the whole goddamn thing like this. Ace of Pentacles. Fine. Like, it's perfect. Two of Pentacles is harmonious change. Not think that's harmonious because you're juggling, and it's always, I find it, when I read a Two of Pentacles, it means like it's stressful. It is yin and yang. It's very good. You have both good and bad things you're weighing out. But then most of them he's like off balance, trying to dance to get it off into balance. And the fact that there's like a shipwreck in the background here. It's very, very, again, backwards. Like, this is such a weird way to do it. It's like going, here's the Two of Pentacles, but not the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Material work. Yeah, see, that's fine. See, some of them, fine. I don't know why the Cups said material. They should have said emotional success. Or, like, they should have said emotional rather than, material. Of course, this one makes sense. So this is material work. Earth power, I would not say for the Four of Pentacles. I would have said security or paranoia because they're being protective. So I would have said security. Material trouble. Now this kind of does make sense. For the Five of Pentacles, I'm going to be very quick now with this. That's fine because, we're getting through this. Material success. I would not call this one material success. I would say generosity, maybe, because it's more giving back to those who've helped you along the way. Let's see. Success unfulfilled. No, not for the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, I would say it's like patience, because you've worked hard. This guy's planted his crop and he's being impatient. He's being very impatient about it. He goes, why is this not growing yet? I need to make rent, blah, blah, blah. I need to pay the landlord, all that stuff. And I do find that should be the case. Not the fact it's success unfulfilled. Because it's not like the whole, like, farm is dead. Like, it's not like that kind of thing. Prudence. What? Prudence. Something I haven't read. I just went, what? I'm gonna react later. I'm gonna react later. Eight of Pentacles should be determination, not prudence. Like, prudence, I don't know why it just sounds like you're being a prude. I just find that the keywords don't match the meaning of the card the way I would read them. And the Prudence stands, it just makes me think it's not, it doesn't gel right. So that should be determination, because they're working hard and they keep, or their focus, could be focus, because they're focusing on getting all the Pentacles done to get it done and over with. What? Material gain. Okay, because you see there's a line here going across like for a T, and it's in the middle there, over the I. That confused me because it's the G's. It's so weird. Material gain, that is fine for the Nine of Pentacles. That suits it. That's perfect because you've gained this garden. Do you know what I mean? Like you've gained it. See, no, 10 of Pentacles is fine. Wealth, that is perfect. Fine. See, somewhere out of them all so far, not many have suited the card the way I would read the card. Wealth, success. Do you know what I mean? That's perfect. Or material success. And then we have the Princess of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. See what I mean? As I said, these titles, like, it should be a page of Pentacles because they're training to be a knight. The knight outranks the page in the hierarchy sense of court cards. The princess does not, isn't demoted from the knight. The knight's not going to take over the kingdom. That's just my issue with that. Oh, I didn't even show you the knight. Sorry, there's the knight. There he is. He's just standing still. Queen of Pentacles. Fine. I just find it that the queens in this are very samey. Like that just looks the same as the Queen of Cups. Let me see, can I get her? Yeah, like they're all sitting the same way so far. They just look the same. They're samey. Where's the kings? Where's the king? Let me see. We'll see what the king's like. So here's the king of... See, they're different. The queens are a bit like samey. So he's not the same. He's kind of at an angle. Do you know? Now I do like this Ace of Wands. I would agree. It's on fire. It's beautiful. Like the fiery energy is coming out of it. That's phenomenal. Beautiful. Domain for Two of Wands. Yeah, because you're picking a domain in a way. I would say Pathfinder. Pathfinder, yeah, because you're trying to find your own path, make a decision on which path to choose. Okay, this is the Three of Wands, and it says established strength. I would have said another word for patience, maybe, like a different version of it, for saying you're waiting for that ship to come in, you're waiting for opportunities kind of thing. I would think of another, if I had a thesaurus, it would be a different word for patience. Different version of it, like a different way of doing patience, because this person's waiting for an opportunity to come in, not established strength. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not standing there for good. They're not all going to be there for good. Perfected work. See what I mean? This doesn't make sense. Perfected work. Like you didn't work on this celebration. It should just be celebration. You know, that's beautiful. Celebration for that would be fine because it's at a church. It's a wedding. It's not perfected work. Like, I get it, some people want a wedding to be perfected to a T, but it's what the meaning is behind a wedding, is that it's celebration, it's love, it's union, you know, those kind of things. This one took me ages to bloody read. It's the Five of Pentacles, and it says strife. Yeah, strife. Like, it took me ages to read that. Come here. See, strife. It's such a weird font, this is. And that's a very odd Five of Pentacles. It's like they're doing a sacrilegious thing rather than fighting verbally. Is it Five of Pentacles? Is that? No, Five of Wands is... Yeah, they're fighting verbally. There are these ghost hands around, blurred in, and I didn't even notice that until now. That was just stakes, just there, like a bonfire. This is fine. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Six of Wands is victory. That's perfectly fine. Straightforward. They're all coming in and saying, "Way, well done." They're all coming in. This makes sense as well for the Seven of Wands. We have Valor. So he's very, he's using his Valor to protect himself, his honor. It's like a warrior kind of honor. That makes total sense. Swiftness is fine for this, for the 8 of Wands as well. Fine, perfect. Perfect keyword. Great keyword. Oh, why this looks like Jon Snow on a bad day. 9 of Wands is great strength. That is fine as well. That's perfect. Or it could be endurance. That's another one. Because you, or just don't give up. What's another one? Don't give up. That kind of thing. Because they're like standing their ground is another one. Standing ground. You know, it's a good one. Great strength. Because you have great strength to stand here and read that. Oppression. That would make sense for the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. I'm just so aggravated by the scrolls. That's why I'm just tongue-tied. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Oppression. Perfect for that one, because you're being oppressed by all these tasks and people taking advantage of you. This Princess of Wands is phenomenal. I love how she's like a fiery sorceress. Now, if you had her as a page, then you have the Knight. Look at that, the fire. Again, I still don't like how this should be a page. That's it, you know what I mean? Just say page, not princess and knight. It should be princess and prince, unless they're trying to go for like a forbidden love kind of hierarchy. Like the princess falls in love with her protector, the knight, and she can't because he's in his knighthood and she's a princess. No. But it's lovely. Like, that is a very aggressively leaping horse as well. And I like how the fire is connected here. Again, Queen of Wands is a bit samey. Like, she's not even... If you read this, the princess looks like a queen more than the queen. Because she's out there doing stuff. The Queen of Wands is out there doing stuff. Doing stuff. Getting things done. She's not sitting at home like this. I don't know, she's also wearing the white robe like every other queen. This is very weird. King of Wands, good, very nice. And I like how he's like on a chariot. So he's out there getting stuff done. He's moving, you know, he's on a big chariot here. There's a wheel here you can't see in the dark. Let's see, yeah, you can see it there. This wheel here. And then this line is pulling the chariot. It's beautiful. Ace of Swords. So we're on to swords now. Finally, last but not least, swords. I normally don't go through each of them. It's just this one was such a weird layout. I had to go through the whole minors. Ace of Swords, pretty straightforward. Sorry about the glare. This is peace. I went, Two of Swords is not peace. I would read that as you are stressed and you're trying to put your walls back up. You're trying to stay away from the drama. That kind of thing. You're just like, I'm keeping myself out of this, thank you. Sorrow, fine for 3 of Swords. Very, very straightforward. I like how it's a blooming flowers though. It's like a bunch of roses. So like this girl has been given the roses as a token of romance and courting, and then it's just been stabbed. So it's wow, it's lovely. Okay, so this is the 4 of Swords and it says rest from strife. Pretty much fine as long as the word rest is there. If it said something else I wouldn't have gone, But I just realised he's like lying on... Oh, I thought he was lying on the floor. He's not. Defeat. Yeah, defeat. That's fine because you're picking up the swords of these people who you've won against. But I would also say it's kind of... you're kind of being used as well, because the way you see it in other Rider-Waite's is Rider-Waite Smiths, emphasis on the S. Rider-Waite Smiths, they look like they're going off to have fun while you're left cleaning up. That's the way I see it as well. Earned success. Now, 6 of Swords should be just transport or travel, transition. Those kind of words, they're lovely. Like, that should be perfect for that card. It's just transition. Yeah, just travel, transition, movement. Because the earned success, you didn't earn it. If this looks like they had to move. Because like, what if it's a war-torn country situation? You didn't earn that. What? Unstable effort. Unstable effort for 7 of Swords. Feel free to comment on this. Like, give us some critique, because I don't mind talking about this deck in this kind of critique format. Because it's just to talk about it and See what other people think. Like, because my opinion is my opinion, but your opinion is your opinion, and we can just discuss. You don't have to be like, my way's the right way, no other way. We had Trump for that. No thanks. Unstable effort. I would have thought this was more... It's more like you're not letting go of the baggage. Like, it's more baggage, or you're not letting go of the past. Maybe unstable effort, because you're kind of putting the effort in, but you're unstable about it. Huh. 8 of Swords. Shortened force. So this is shortened force. I would have said trapped. Illusion entrapment. Just entrapment, maybe. Because the whole point of the 8 of Swords is that you feel trapped. It's a mental state of trappedness, but you're not physically tied or chained, you know what I mean? You can let go, you can move forward, that kind of thing. Despair and cruelty. 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is more your mental health and not being able to... You're stressed kind of thing. So despair and cruelty could be one. Like the universe is giving you a hard time and you're not letting them in, and this is the despair and cruelty you're giving yourself in that way. It takes you a second to read what that says. It says rain. Or ruin. It actually says ruin, but it looks like R-A-I-N or R-U-I-N. So I don't like this font. But it says ruin. Like ruin. Like you've ruined it. Princess of Swords. Like, she is such a badass. Can we say the princesses in this are really badasses? Like, that's amazing. See what I mean? Like, it's just... oof. Like, I love the air in this one. Like, the blur effect works here. Just calm down with the blur tool. It works here. It's fine because she's representing the air search, so that makes sense. Knight of Swords. Yeah, very swiftly running. Like, he looks like he's being blown in the wind. Like the whole air is pushing his cape. See what I mean? Queen of Swords. They're all the same. They're all wearing a white robe, same hair, and they just sit in the chair differently. I was like, why? Like, the Queen of Swords is such a badass card. Like, that's such a badass female energy, and she's just the same. The only difference is she has a severed head. Don't piss off the Queen. Does it look like the Knight? Oh, no, it doesn't. Let's see what the King of Swords looks like. But, like, look at that. She has a severed head in her hand. That's the only difference. That's how you know she's a badass. But I don't like how her face is giving remorse about that. Because she's only like walls up and shields up and stuff like that, you know? So now we're at, last but not least, we have the King of Swords. It's very samey for the previous king, which was it Wands? Yeah, Wands. Very samey. Yeah. So that was the Heaven and Earth Tarot. Wow. Not going to do a reading because it's like 40 minutes long, this video. So I'll leave that there, guys. Stay safe, and I will see you all very soon. Do comment below, give us some feedback, all that stuff, and bye!